I nearly said good evening then. What the fuck? Good evening.
I wondered why there was a really awkward pause after the music. It was just like, are we introing this? Or...
Yes, Thomas decided all of a sudden to make us do this one.
I just had a brain
Matt,
fart.
I wonder how long you'd have actually sat there if you did not process what were happening. It's like, what are we doing?
Good evening, everybody.
I suppose I should do it properly.
Yeah.
Let's go from top. Just
Start again.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Refresh.
Good evening, madam.
You should get some game over music for when you royally fuck up, so that you've got to start from beginning again.
Oh yeah, like what's that classic death noise that everybody uses?
I don't know. Finish him. Don't know.
I suppose I should actually intro the episode since I've done the music twice now.
Yeah, go for it.
Welcome to episode 155 of That King Thing, the gaming podcast hosted by us, the King Brothers, where we will no doubt get sidetracked like usual. Because that's what happens a lot lately. That wasn't a real sentence.
You start that again as well.
No, screw it. It's too far gone now. I am eldest king sibling and your host, Thomas, and I am joined by middle sibling Joshua.
That's me.
And littlest sibling James.
Hello.
Oh, dear me.
Although none of you can tell our voices apart anyway, so I don't know why we do that anymore.
No, people can tell. It's just you two people get most confused, which I don't understand why.
I don't know.
I have a theory, okay? People that know me separately or have heard my voice elsewhere, for example, listeners that come here from back of the grid know my voice. Shameless self-promo!
Sorry, we had a siren for that. And
We did have a siren, and that wasn't it. Like, wah, wah, wah. It sounds like a really... It sounds like a really, like...
A dying duck in the background.
Duck. Wah, wah. Shameless self-promo. Wah.
I'm not joining in with
Anyway.
the noises, all right?
Anyway. Cold never bothered. Oh, God, don't start that. When people come here and they've been listening to Back of the Grid previously, and then they like go on my Twitter profile or whatever and find out that I do a gaming show as well, and then end up here, they can obviously pick my voice straight out, so they get you two confused. If they've come from Football Foundry, where James has been,
Shameless plug.
shameless self-promo.
He can do it himself. It's not a self.
Oh yeah, it was shameless plug, wasn't it? Not shameless promo.
Yeah,
It's
shameless plug.
self-promo. Anyway, shameless plug. James has a football podcast called Football Foundry. So people that know you from that and then go, oh, he does a gaming one too, I'll listen to that. They can instantly pick out your voice, but maybe confuse me and Joshua.
The funny thing is
Joshua's
about that, they'd be like, who is this person?
Got no friends and isn't on social media and doesn't do any of the podcasts. So Joshua's always going to be confused with at least one of us.
That's why I'm here. I am the confusion.
You are the
That's why my games are so
confuser.
weird.
What's that from? The confuser. Oh, Matty Boosh is like, I'm a sexual enigma. The confuser. I think it's Matty Boosh anyway. I know it's Noel Fielding, whatever it is. It's some sort of Noel Fielding character.
Oh dear. This is gonna
Show video games. He says with a mouthful of water.
I love how you're eating too. Oh, you were drinking.
I'm drinking water.
Ah, well, I'm eating. I don't know why you found that so funny.
Because I was just in my head, I couldn't say it because I had a mouthful of water, but I was just thinking, podcast etiquette 101, don't eat or drink with your mic on. Well, it rhymes a little bit, that. Podcast etiquette 101, don't eat or drink with your mic on. Let's make a really cheesy rap about podcast rules. If you're gonna cough, press the mute, because nobody wants to hear you.
Flute
You. Scoot.
Do you need a beat to help you?
You need to get your auto-tune thing on.
Oh, auto-tune. No. Should we talk about video games?
Yes. For this little bit.
Give it a go.
Has anyone played anything this week?
I've played a few.
Wait, hang on. I'll start with me and James then. James, have you played anything this week?
I actually played a little bit of Operation Flashpoint just because I was bored.
What? No way!
Yeah.
Yes, James.
What?
That is what I think it is, isn't it?
The Xbox 360 game?
Yeah. Well, it was a PS2 game when we played it, wasn't it?
I don't know, but it's on 360. Yeah, I played a little bit of that. Yeah, graphics aren't great because it's so old.
James, it's like fucking... How old is it now? Like, at least 10 years, if not more.
Well, yeah, because it was 360, so it's going to be fucking ancient.
In fact, the original ones must be like pushing 15 years old now.
Don't know.
Most likely, yeah.
The one that I remember you playing is probably about 10 years old. That was Dragon Rising, I think. That was the one with the yellow banner for the name. Operation Flashpoint in yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I specifically remember that one so well. I think it's because I helped Mum get it for you when you said you wanted it for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
So I helped Mum find it in a shop or something.
But yeah, played that. Played a little bit of Blackout. And Star Wars Jedi Academy. But just before recording, Joshua kindly reminded me that Star Wars Battlefront 2 is now available. And
which I have
that
played.
shit is amazing. But he also informed me that there's no online aspect to it. So, angry tweets incoming.
That's
But actually,
no.
whilst you two talk about what you've done, I'm going to tweet them.
Did it ever have online?
Yeah, it was online compatible.
All right.
We never had it for the Xbox, but
so they must have turned the servers off.
yeah, it's an old game. It's expected, but would have been nice to turn
but
it
if
back
you're gonna
on while it were
Back
brought
compat
out.
it, go get a server and turn it on, bro.
Yeah, it'll only take one. It's not going to take that much fucking juice.
It'll take one server. Do you realise how much?
For
Do you realise how much hammer that server would probably get if they did turn one on?
My mobile would probably be able to host that shit.
Joshua, if they turned on that server and you two got a hold of it, it'd melt.
That's true. That is pretty true.
You'd melt the server.
I'd be all over that shit.
It's boring playing it on your own, though.
So James has been playing games from the mid to late 90s. 90s, noughties even. Not that old. Joshua, no, it's me, isn't it? I've played, what have I played?
Well, Mario Kart.
Well, yeah, I've been away again. Do you know what? I'm so like, I haven't played anything because I've now been working. What day is it now? Wednesday. 17 days straight, and I've had enough. I've said enough.
5 days off now, then. Take all your weekends from them 17
My weekend's
days.
just going to be me melted into a gaming chair, just playing video games and watching
Just do a
Formula
48-hour
1.
stream, Thomas. And when you nap, stream that too.
Yeah. Just IRL. Look, I'm writing code.
I'm force gripping my own penis.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I think at one point when I was really tired a couple of weeks ago, I did actually stream myself writing code. I was fixing the That King Thing website, I think, and I streamed it. That's how desperate I became for viewers. I'm like, look, I'm writing a website. I'm serious. For realsies, I think what I was doing
is it still on there to watch?
Probably, if it's not too old now. I think what happened was I finished playing a game, couldn't bother playing anything else, but I still had viewers, so I was like, you guys can watch me fix That King Thing website because it's broken. And I just sat there doing code. No, in seriousness, pretty much the only game I've had a chance to play since we last did a podcast episode is I played some Apex on the PlayStation.
Ooh.
And I now have a win on every platform, bitches.
Nice. On every mode? Oh, no, there's only one mode, isn't there, on Apex?
PC included.
Yeah.
It's not on Switch, is it, Apex?
No, it's not on Switch yet. But
when it is.
I was most proud, right, of my PS4 win because I played a little bit with another friend who's PS4 only. And then I introduced somebody else to this game saying, oh, if you like Battle Royales, because she plays Fortnite, So I was like, if you like battle royales, at least try Apex. It's free and it's better than Fortnite. So she installed it. I played literally one game with her and we won it.
Nice.
I got 4 kills. She got 2. She got the game-winning kill, and the squad was like when it loaded up as like, this is your squad, it was the shittest looking squad ever because she was level 1. I was like level 8 because I'd played a few games with my mate Drew, and I got 4 kills up to that point with Lifeline, and the other guy was like level 3 or something, so it was like noob squad, and we fucking won. And I got 4 kills. The other guy got 1 or 2. And she got, I think, 2, but the most important one was the game-winning one. Because I, like, pummeled a guy who then one-shot me in the face because we had no armor. And as he was running to try and get in the zone, thinking he'd killed me, she shot him in the back of the head and killed him. And I was like, yes, victory! So...
Congrats.
Yeah, we had all basic characters because none of us had any skins. It was a bit like being a total noob.
No skin.
But it reinforces my comment that I made that I think the PS4 community of Apex is the least skilled. Sorry if you are one of them. But if I could go on with a total noob and win,
You've
then
got issues.
You got issues, guys. Bring on cross-plat.
Top 20 in Tetris 99 yet?
Shut up about Tetris 99.
I've not been on it this week, but I might go on it after.
That's it. That's this year's joke, isn't it? Joshua keeps winning at Tetris 99 and I tell him to fuck off.
I've not won yet. No, I'm not claiming to.
All right,
ever
gets
won
top
once
10s or whatever it is you fucking keep doing that I can't do.
I'm in top 20s most of the time.
I can get just to top 20 and then I die. People target me because they can see how good I am at building lines.
Same here. That's exactly what I say. When I lose, I'm like, just because you know that I was doing so well,
Okay.
you're like, bash.
Have you scored a T-flip yet on there? Because T-flips, I think,
so.
are big points where you like rotate a T brick to make it fit somewhere it shouldn't fit at the last second.
Yeah. I don't think so, no.
Oh. Well, that's not good then.
I can't even play Tetris.
I don't go for the flashy.
But I think that's the best way to win, is to get... It's like, you know, like when you get a certain gun in a game, in a battle royale, and you're like, that's it, I'm winning this.
A Mastiff on Apex.
Yeah, or like
I've won now.
You get the shotty with the, what's it called? The precision choke.
Peacekeeper.
Yeah, the Peacekeeper with the precision choke. You're like, yep, I'm winning. It's basically like if you get a T-flip or whatever they call it in Tetris 99, it's like, I'm winning this shit, motherfuckers. Well, that's how it seems anyway. that's how it feels. I've never got one, so I wouldn't know. So, all right, Joshua, what have you played?
Have you actually finished a game of Tetris 99 and then just watched other people's screens?
No.
Have you actually stayed there afterwards?
No, I quit and started a new one in Rage.
That's what I tend to do, but one time I did stay and watch, and some people are fucking insane at that game.
Playing Tetris.
Like, nothing else.
I shoved a T-flip on my ass.
I haven't played much, but I have played Battlefront 2, the original and the best. Woo. Why not remake that game instead of just making your shitty loot box based shit?
I love that Joshua's pursuing this line
Proceeding.
You're proceeding. That's the word I'm looking for.
I know it is.
Are we
I
sure?
can hear you whispering.
Oh, yeah.
It's a podcast. It is your voice, and you're whispering into the mic.
Inside joke, Thomas. Put it in brackets and he can't read it. Everyone that's listening is like, what the fuck are they sniffing?
Or Thomas, put it in joke form in the incoming section, and I can't read that.
Yes, that's a good point.
That's the most difficult thing for me to read.
You can't read anything in joke.
I've played some Rocket League. I've reinstalled Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3. I've been playing through that because I fancied slashing some shit up, and I've been playing Elder Scrolls Blades.
Are you still playing that? I still haven't tried that. I need to try that.
No, it's really. I think
I keep saying
that
this.
I think that I've got to max level at 16.
Right.
I don't seem to be leveling up at all. So I filled my experience bar and it's not going anywhere.
I have a vague memory of hearing that number before.
Yeah, I've tried googling it. Do you really?
At some point in life, somebody has said 16 to me.
We have done a TKT episode 16 before.
We've
I
done a
know we've
116 as well.
We have, yeah.
This podcast is almost 16 minutes long already. We were all 116.
Yeah, that's true.
But not at the same time.
What the fuck? Right, let's just move on.
What is going on?
I think someone spiked my drinking water.
Ezio, the cat. So I'm going to make him loose and happy so he'll feed
What?
me.
Let's get him all loose and happy so we're going to fuck him in the butt.
Do we have anything else to say, or can we move on to the news?
Yeah, we can move on to the news if you like.
Okay.
The news.
ASA. That's what that sounded like. PSN names can finally be fucking changed. I can stop being Tattooed Royal and actually have a name that doesn't make me sound like an 18-year-old moron.
I think you mean 16-year-old moron.
I wasn't 16 when I made my PSN. No way. But it is a stupid name, and I'm changing it. The headline here is PSN name changes are going live in stages across different parts of the world, and by the time this episode's out, it should be live worldwide, basically. Like, it's already live in the US, I think. Tomorrow, after recording, is like Europe, and then Australasia and stuff like that are getting it as well. So by the time this goes out, pretty much everywhere should be able to do it. And you can do it through your console, or you can go through web browser. Your first change is free. You can even revert back to your old name if I suddenly decide I want to be called Tattooed Royal.
If you make a bigger mistake than Tattooed Royal.
Yeah. It costs you after the first one. So the first one's free, and then it costs you. It's something stupid like £8 or $10 if you change it again, or half that if you've got PS Plus and then change it. So it is cheaper if you've got PS Plus.
I'm surprised it's took them this long, knowing they could charge for it as well.
It's because of the infrastructure. They still can't 100% guarantee that every game will work. So here's the sort of headline almost of, yes, it's happening, but please beware of this before you just go change your PSN username. So this is the paragraph that I'm going to read out because this is the critical bit. We do want to take this opportunity to clarify one point. As a result of the preview program, we found an instance where a game did not fully support the feature, even though it was published after the 1st of April 2018, which was their original cutoff. All PS4 games originally published on or after the 1st of April 2018 have been developed to support the online ID change feature, but there may be cases where a game is not fully compatible. For more information, we encourage you to refer to the list of tested games before making a change. Do keep in mind that a large majority of most actively played PS4 games will support this feature. But that basically means that if it busts an old game, you're fucked. So,
yeah, essentially.
Luckily for me, because it's not my main console, that doesn't worry me too much. Because if it busts a save on an old game on the PS4, I'm not that arsed because I've not got that much progress on it.
And you can deal with
What about your medals, your trophies?
Well, your trophy, it's still your same account, so your trophies should still work.
Yeah.
Because that's assigned to your account. And you can change your name back, like I was saying before. And it looks like that any name that you have will always be yours. So so at the minute I'm Tattooed Royal, let's for argument's sake say I changed it to Tattooed Moron. Then I change it to King Moron. Then I change it to Tom's a Moron. All those names are technically mine. And the way it reads, I'm going to read you the sentence because this is how I understand it. So it says, how many times can I change my ID? In general, there are no restrictions. Can I revert back? So it says, as long as your old ID does not violate the terms, you can revert back to any of your previous IDs, plural, by contacting support. So that would mean that all the ones that you claim technically are yours
forever.
So you could you essentially? No, I don't think you could.
No, you could,
can't.
as long as you're willing to pay for it. So there's another one here that says, what happens to my old online ID? Can someone else take it? No, your old online ID is only available to you. So you could change your name like 10 times. Let's say I was Tattooed Royal, but I wanted to claim Tattooed Royale, Tattoo Royal, Tattoo Royale, and like slightly different variations of spelling on that to stop somebody like copying me in inverted commas. Then I could, as long as I was willing to pay for all the name changes, I could technically claim all those and just use the last one that I go with.
Yeah.
Or contact PlayStation support and say, I want to revert back to this one. But I'll have technically claimed all the others and stopped anyone being able to use them, which is interesting. That's how it works. But it's because of the PlayStation infrastructure, the way that it works based on name. So because you're not an ID number within the system and you're a name, as far as I know, that's still the problem, which is why they've got to kind of keep all these names assigned to you. Because if it was an ID number, you could just lose the name, like what happens with gamer tags, where they just get put back into circulation.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if anyone wants to change the PSN ID, go for it. That was the general premise of that conversation. Something really funny that I saw that I just don't get this week: Nintendo Labo VR. What is that all about?
Have you actually seen it? Have you actually looked at it?
Yeah, the two examples that they give are Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, two games which are played in third person. So I don't get how they'd be VR incorporated. It's like a cardboard thing with VR lenses, a little bit like when you get the mobile VR things that you put on your phone. It's very reminiscent of that, and you put the main body of the Switch inside this cardboard thing, and then use the Joy-Cons. So it reminds me of what the mobile VR kind of things work like, but I've not seen it in like physical action. I've only seen the trailer video, so I'd be interested to see it in like physical action for sure.
I've seen someone building it. Apparently, the lenses have a very big warning of "Do not look at the sun or any lighting through these lenses." I'm guessing it will just melt your eyes.
Well, I don't know. It was like somewhere going up towards $100, wasn't it? The actual thing.
Yeah.
So it's quite pricey for what it is.
You've also got to hold it to your face. There's no headgear for it. You have to hold it.
There's holes in it for headgear, though.
There's not.
There's holes on either side.
Apparently, they've done it so that kids can use it, because if it's too much, they can move it away from the face instead of having it attached to their head.
See, I saw something where it's a VR thing with a gun pointing out the front, and you end up looking like a fucking cardboard elephant playing this game, and you just look weird as shit. I've seen that. I'm trying to think what else I've saw. But it does look like you can strap it to your head because there's these two little holes in it. Unless they're for something else, but they looked like they were for a strap. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's just gimmicky, isn't it? It's another gimmick for the Switch.
That's what Labo is, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, Labo in general is a gimmick. All I want him to do is put VR chat on it that's on the PC, because then I can wander around and pretend that I'm cool in VR, like what everyone else playing VR chat does. So yeah, Switch users get your VR on. Go for it. Okay, Assassin's Creed next game has been effectively hinted at that it's going to be a Viking-based game, and this has come from a leak. Well, not a leak, like a teaser. I don't know if you call it that. An Easter egg. Let's call it an Easter egg. It's come from like an Easter egg within the Division 2. So in the Division 2, if you go to what's the building called now? I've completely forgot what it's called. I should know because I've been there.
The The White House.
No, the Potomac Event Centre. That's what it's called. So the event centre in Potomac, or Potomac, whichever it's pronounced, there's basically posters all over inside that building looking like it's for an event or a show that's going to be on there, that kind of thing. And these posters all say Valhalla on the top. And it's a guy dressed as like a Viking. And he is holding what looks like an apple of Eden. And he's also wearing white and red. So he looks... There's a lot that people are putting like 2 and 2 together of it's Ubisoft, it's got these particular components, it's potentially suggesting Assassin's Creed Vikings. This came to light when somebody like sort of theorized this on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the person, but then Kotaku, who are infamous for like saying we've got a source within such and such that told us this and that. Well, they're basically done their usual thing of we've got a source within such and such that's told us this and that. But yeah, they're saying that they've got a source within Ubisoft that says that Vikings was a working concept for an Assassin's Creed game. Whether it be the next one or not is obviously...
It makes sense that it might be, because they have been going through older warrior cultures, different areas and eras of time that are further back than what Italy were, and that kind of era.
The thing that Kotaku were claiming is that they'd got a source that had said that the next game was looking like it was going to be called Kingdom, potentially set in the UK during like Viking invasion, and would feature Vikings. So
Last Kingdom style, yeah.
Well, it'd maybe be
places, no tall buildings at all.
I wonder if it'd be sort of the Vikings are the assassins and the monarchy are the Templars, because obviously the Templars were sent by the monarchy in the Crusades, weren't they? So
yeah, true.
It makes sense for the story to go that way.
I'm glad you two know this stuff.
We know quite a
what?
bit
Know the
about
basic
era.
story that Assassin's Creed is based on?
Yep. Because I don't have a clue.
It's just history, bro.
James is just like, I get to stop.
Have you never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah.
Well then, you should know this shit.
Don't know.
So yeah, there's potential for an Assassin's Creed Viking. If it is Viking, I'm back in. I'm in on that shit.
Yeah, I've not got the most recent one, but
I've not played it
don't
yet.
mind skipping it.
I haven't played it yet. I probably will play it at some point. But yeah, it's one of those where Vikings is like, we've talked before about how I go through sort of certain peaks of playing Assassin's Creed. So like the Ezio trilogy, he's probably going to come in the room now. I've said that out loud. The Ezio trilogy, it has significance for me because I've got a thing for like that Renaissance period. I really enjoy that period in history as a topic. The original one is why I got into the series in the first place, because it was the Crusades. That's why I like stuff like Dante's Inferno as well, because that's set in a similar timeline. So there's stuff. See, Dante's Inferno is a perfect crossover of the two because it's set during a crusade, but it was written during the Renaissance, I believe. I think that's right. Anyway,
I think so. Yeah,
I'm getting.
Is it 1400s Renaissance?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm getting off track. Pirates, and the Golden Age of piracy. Hence, Black Flag being the next major one I played after the trilogy, and then Egypt's pretty cool too, which is why I played that one. And so they're the main Assassin's Creeds that I've played.
Have you actually been on Assassin's Creed Origins and done like the history tour thing or not?
I did do a little bit of it once they launched it. I was wandering round. Where was it? It was one of the Greek cities.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was one of the Greek-controlled cities. But yes, I was wandering around, like listening to the tour guide thing. which is kind of
I didn't know
interesting.
if you'd
But
actually tried it, because I know I didn't. I didn't know if they'd done it in the new one
it's
or not.
it's interesting, but I think you have to be genuinely interested in the history of ancient
Yeah.
Egypt for it to be worthwhile. Like, if you're not interested, it will probably just bore you. But if you have an interest in it, like, I wish they'd done that with some of the older ones. If they went and did that with the Renaissance one, I'd be all over that shit.
I think that Origins was the most accurately presented time that they've done, though. I think.
Oh yeah, because of the power of the
think that's the
consoles
main
more than
reason
anything,
they did it.
probably.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if it's Vikings, I'm all over that shit because we all know my love for Vikings.
Yes, you do like big, muscular, bearded men, don't you?
Yes.
With axes.
Oh, no, that turned James on. And new news about Rocket League. The next Rocket Pass, which starts, I want to say next week, is it?
17th, yeah.
Yeah.
So sometime next week.
That will have challenges in it now. So the challenges will be introduced, which is similar to just about any other sort of season pass type thing out there. And it's going to be a case of like get 5 saves in a single game and shit like that, isn't it? That kind of thing.
Use certain items for so many games, stuff like that. So it's nothing that other games don't do. Really.
Exactly. It's the same as what's in every Battle Royale game going at the minute, really, isn't it? Or
I was wondering for quite a while how they would do challenges, but now they've done it, it just seems exceptionally simple.
Well, that's how I'd expect it to be honest. Like, get 5 assists overall, or like get 3 assists in a game, or score a hat trick, or whatever.
The thing is, it's not entirely difficult, or hasn't been entirely difficult, to get to the end of the Rocket Pass and then keep going for all the extra stuff. So if this makes it even easier, I don't know.
Well, like the challenges could be linked to the prizes that you get. So like, I'm just skipping through some of the new prizes. So there's a new set of wheels at tier 13 called Tungsten. So it could be like play 10 games with the Tungsten wheels equipped, and then you get a bit of bonus XP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just makes sense to keep it fairly straightforward. So there's something there for the people that hammer the game like what you do. But it's also simple enough that someone like me can get involved in it as well if I want to.
Yeah, true.
So
yeah, because in first one I didn't really play it as much. It was around Christmas time and stuff, so more busy than normal, and I didn't finish that one. If challenges were in it, I probably would have, because I got to about level 50 or 60, which is 10 off being max at 7.
Yeah.
But the second one, it just seemed to be a lot easier to find more time to play. Probably because I got settled down in my job and stuff, and I knew what days off I'd got and stuff like that. So I played it more.
That would make sense.
But now it's just going to be even easier.
Well, I've even started playing it a little bit, haven't I, recently?
Yeah.
Only few and far between. The last few weeks have been a total mess, so I've not really played anything, as we know, but
it's got messy.
You should get it on your Switch and play cross-play.
Oh yeah, I forget
it's only
about
15
that.
quid on your Switch. I keep thinking about getting it as well, so I can play Rocket League.
The problem is that the progress doesn't carry. Oh, does it for Switch because it's linked to the Xbox?
I don't know if it carries or not. I know you can't trade between consoles, so I know that.
Yeah, see, I've got
switch items from console.
I've got an interesting theory that I want to test as well while we're on this topic. The TKT investigates. So I have a copy. Yeah, another one to add to the fucking list. TKT investigates. I have a copy of Rocket League on Xbox and PlayStation and PC. Never played it on the PlayStation, but I have a copy of it on the PlayStation.
Okay then.
So I'm one of those people that's a fucking idiot and buys games on multiple consoles just cause. For example, I have a copy of GTA on the PlayStation, and I've done like the opening 5 missions and played about an hour of it online. But I bought it because it was on sale, because I'm an idiot. More money than sense. Anyway, this is getting sidetracked from my original point, which is I know that I don't get cross-platform progress, as in I've played on PC and I can't gain my progress from the Xbox, which is fine. I understand that. That kind of makes sense. But I can obviously Rocket ID you and play with you because we've tested it and played it. So if I Rocket ID a PS4 friend and invite them to my game, and then Rocket ID you and invite you to my game, we'd technically have, and then get a Switch person on, we'd technically have 4-way crossplay.
Yeah, and you can do that.
TKT investigates!
Solved.
The only game that I've seen other than Fortnite that does your progress across consoles is Paladins.
Yes, Paladins used to do
Paladins
that.
definitely
But
does.
ironically, Battle Royale, Realm Royale, doesn't.
Yes, which I find really strange.
Yeah, considering it's the same people and they do it on Paladins.
Yeah. That's why I got it on Xbox, just to see if I could carry on with my PC one, and then every now and then play on my PC.
Obviously, the Play Anywhere titles that Xbox do and Microsoft do, they work. So, for example, Forza Horizon 4, if I'm playing it on my Xbox and then the next time I boot it up on the PC for whatever reason, it just does that syncing game thing, and then I'm just carry on from wherever I was. So stuff like that works. Same with Cuphead and all those others that are cross Play Anywhere.
Crackdown, Gears of War.
Yeah, they all kind
Halo,
of work like that.
Because that's Play. Is it Play Anywhere or did they release it separately?
I think they've released it separately.
I think it'll be separate. The Halo, because obviously it's going on Steam as well, isn't it? So if you're getting it on Steam, your progress isn't going to carry between Xbox and Steam. But Microsoft are obviously pushing more and more towards this cross-compatibility side of things. So you never know, it might not be that far around the corner.
Now, considering you've been working 17 days straight.
I think that as a platform, what Microsoft and Xbox are potentially angling for is being a central service that applies on all platforms. Yeah. And the one that will never say yes to it is always going to be Sony and PlayStation. But with stuff like Switch getting involved and Steam to a degree getting involved with this Halo thing, it wouldn't surprise me if eventually you can sign into an Xbox account on most platforms for most games and then have it continue your progress. Same as it does when you sign into Minecraft for Switch, or when I sign into a game on PC and it uses my Xbox account, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Or you sign into something and link your other profiles, like linking your Facebook, you link your Xbox to it. It's like, there you go, you're Fluffy Bunny Poo now. Or whatever your gamer tag is. You're not all going to be Fluffy Bunny Poo.
To anyone that doesn't know your gamer tag, that sounded so
it does sort of...
Not many people know your gamer tag, Joshua. So
no.
It's a good job we clarified.
Fluffy Bunny Poo.
Oh, you are Fluffy Bunny Poo now. Well done. You are now made in 89.
What?
I've aged.
But it does sort of go with what you're saying, that they've made they are making Xbox Live and Game Pass one subscription. Because if you then sign into it on a Switch, you've got Live and Game Pass, which you need both of to play those games in general anyway. Because you're going to need Live to access most of them.
The thing is, if someone's willing to pay for Xbox Live and Game Pass combo thing on a Switch but doesn't own an Xbox, Microsoft win.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you've just converted a Nintendo user to a Microsoft customer without them buying an Xbox or a PC.
And they've got 100 games that are going to get updated and get new games as well, because they're pushing all their Xbox games as a now new... What is it, Xbox Studios or Gaming Studios?
Xbox Studios, I think now, yeah.
But yeah, they're
no, not anymore. That's the point, James. That it renamed to Xbox Studios.
Yeah, they're pushing that to be published onto Game Pass immediately. Yeah. Most of their games, like Crackdown and Sea of Thieves when it were out, and all that kind of stuff, and State of Decay as well, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're not just pushing to it; they're giving benefits for it as well. So they're not forcing you into a shit deal. Although some games on there are pretty shit. BMX.
Yeah, but there's good games on it as well. It's not like they're all shit.
Well, yeah, they've got Tomb Raider on there, Metal Gear Solid, Mortal Kombat keeps coming on and off for it.
Can anyone else hear Ezio talking right now?
Yeah.
Trying to get involved in this conversation.
I can hear a slight Italian accent coming through your microphone, yeah.
Mamma mia, what do you want?
I don't think Ezio's ever said that, has he?
He's licking his lips, which means he's somehow found food in the house without me feeding him.
Either that or he's horny.
Concerned.
Or he's just eyeing you up because he's that hungry and he's after one of your toes.
What did you say earlier, Joshua? Get fun and loose or something?
Yeah, he's waiting for you to get fun and loose and happy. So that
That's
he
it,
can munch
loose
on one
and
of your
happy.
toes. And you're just sitting there giggling like, Ezio, stop it.
You two are fucking weird.
Maybe you're weird.
Joshua, very quickly mention your other pieces of news you wanted to mention, but make it brief so we can move on.
Very quickly. Elder Scrolls 6, they've had a small, tiny bit in one of their 25 years of Elder Scrolls videos that they did, where they say that they're using photogrammetry in it and putting some old woman into it from YouTube called Skyrim Grandma. So she's going to be a character. But they're also not bringing Elder Scrolls 6 or... Is it... I can't remember what the other game's called. Star something.
Oh, shit.
They're not bringing Elder Scrolls or that Star game into E3 this year. So it will not be any time this year that we hear anything else about it.
Starfield.
Starfield, that's it.
Came to me.
So neither of those games are going to get shown at E3. Unless they do a tiny teaser, which I doubt, because they've already said they're not going to bring them at all. So I don't know what Bethesda have got out this year that's new, but let's hope it's not Fallout 77. That'd suck.
Banter.
And just a tiny little bit, Pokemon are hosting the Pokemon Company are hosting a competition to name a new move for a Pokemon in Sword and Shield, but it's only for Japanese people, so why do we care? That's the only bit of news on Sword and Shield that I could find after it initially being announced.
Chopstick dicks. Sorry, that's really stereotypical.
It's got to be, I think it's got to be 8 characters long in either Japanese or English.
Chopsticks.
Text.
Oh,
And it's a steel type move, so unless those...
Sword.
just sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Stab.
Steelimon used sword. It was successful. Pokemon enemy is dead. None of this knocked out bullshit.
Dead.
Can it just be
dead
called
now.
fucking Shank?
Shank. Ooh, yeah.
Shank would work.
Shank.
Whatever this
fucking
steel type
shank.
Pokemon is, it needs to be wearing like black and white or orange jumpsuit or something, and it's just Shank.
Convictimon used Shank.
Roadman, use Shank.
Oh, I'm going to move us away from news now.
Okay.
Just before this gets out of hand.
Time to play a game.
Can I fade it down without stopping it? Yes, I think I can. It's time to play a game, which means it's James's turn this week.
Oh, shit.
It's his turn to host while me and Joshua go head to head. The scores as they stand at the moment are me on 4, Joshua on 2, James on 1.
Yeah.
As it's gone so far this year, I will probably win because I win when I'm not hosting. You two can only win my games, apparently. So
James has probably engineered it for you to win, so I don't get too far away from him anyway. So we'll see.
I don't think I'm
maybe
that
that's
smart.
what it is. Maybe you two just like concede to the fact that you know I'm going to win eventually. So you just let me win your games so that you don't get too far away from each other and just go head to head whenever it's my turn.
You know what we should do? Next time we start this again, it's James and Joshua versus Thomas. Thunder and Lightning, or Thunder and Skullburn versus whatever you used to be called. And we tag
The
team
only
versus
reason they
Navarone.
changed to
Navarone.
Thunder
Yeah.
and Skullborn was because you didn't want to be Thunder.
Yeah, because Thunder's stupid. It's just a noise. It is just a noise. It's like Thor is the god of thunder, but all he ever does is lightning attack. He's not god of lightning. He's god of thunder.
we
So why
just-
isn't he just making lots of noise?
Can we just add some clarity to this? That when we were children and we used to make
yeah.
our own wrestling characters on the N64 and onwards,
Lightning.
we used to... I used to be Navarone, which I don't know where I got that from. I think it was that I once watched the film Guns of Navarone and liked the name of it. It's a very old war film, and I took the Navarone bit from it. So I enjoyed that bit. So I used that. And I was like a big hench dude. And then you two were little acrobats. You were like little mini Hardy Boys. Not Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Dudley
You're like
Brothers.
Hardy Boys, but with face masks.
Yeah.
Or at least one of you had a face
I had a
mask.
face mask.
because
I only called myself.
That's why you
I
were
had a
called
face mask 'cause
Skullbro.
I
Yeah,
wanted
because
to
it was a
dick-
skull.
I wanted to dick Rey Mysterio as well at the time. So
To be fair, I think I went through that same phase where I thought Rey Mysterio was a god. 619.
619.
That's
It's-
banned off
it's like that
YouTube
vi-
now, isn't it?
Is that video? Yeah, that's this week's game banned from YouTube. No earnings for you. That reminds me, Joshua, of the when we were playing Dead Rising 3 together a lot,
What?
and we made the YouTube videos.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't remember that?
Yes. I do.
And I used to run around dressed as Rey Mysterio, and I was like Powell driving zombies and shit. Anyway, it's beside the point. Sidetracked. James, what's your game?
My game this week is one we played before, and I quite
great.
enjoyed it.
So it's
There we
really
go.
one that I can't win
And
at.
it was actually quite a fun one as well. I think you both enjoyed it anyway. It's even more badly described video games.
Oh God.
So this is where we give him all
So-
answers again, isn't it?
No, he might have had to do some work for this one.
Basically, what I've done
He's
is I've
texted mum a list of video games and said describe them.
I've very, 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 very poorly described a video game. There's a couple of clues in each.
So
sort of
what you actually mean is you've described a video game to the best of your ability.
yeah, pretty much. I've just described
Well,
the game.
you got
so
you
just
got
gotta guess what it
guns
is.
and there's aliens. Is it Halo? No. Is it Mass Effect? No. I'm not sure. Then.
Oh God, it's this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's that one.
Oh
thought I'd
God,
give a
is it
very
the
rough
is it the
example.
one that rips off 3, 2, 1 as well, where there's 3 clues?
No. I've literally made a description, a brief description of a game,
Okay,
and you have to guess the title of the game from there.
okay. So,
So,
there's just one clue.
Yeah, it's going to be a buzzer game because personally I like the arguments. So if you think you know it, buzz in. If you answer and you get it wrong, you're frozen out and the other person gets a free shot at it. Okie doke.
All right.
And
Okay.
if when you both answered as well and it's still wrong, I'll give you one more attempt each and then it's
Okay.
done.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so number 1. A convicted killer takes a young girl on
Joshua.
a hugely dangerous hike. Joshua.
Oh, you said hike then, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Is it
Let me finish and it might help.
okay? But I've already buzzed in. Do you have to stop now, or do you carry on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the Walking Dead series by Telltale.
It is indeed the Walking Dead series by Telltale. Well done. So number 2. Oh, I best actually put your initial next to that, Summer. Number 2.
Somehow with your keyboard, generally, James.
With a J.
Gymnastics 50-something-year-old dons black spandex outfit and chokes a lot of men.
What? Is this just your fantasy?
Gymnastic 50-something-year-old dons a black spandex outfit and chokes a lot of men.
50 something. Right, I've got a guess, but I really don't think that it works.
The gymnastics bit's putting me off.
Yeah, that's putting me off. I don't think he means the word gymnastics personally, but whatever. There's 2 guesses that I've got for this, and it could be either one, it could be neither. I'm
Do you
gonna
remember
go
they're
for
very
it.
poorly described.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yes.
So, is it one of the more recent Metal Gear Solid games?
That is incorrect, unfortunately.
All right, I'm gonna really put this out there now. Then any Batman game.
No, but that's a good shout.
All
I'll
right,
give
so
you that.
is it open back up? Because I might as well just
It's
go with my
open
other
back up.
guess. My
Yeah.
other guess was Splinter Cell.
It is indeed Splinter Cell.
Yes.
See, after that,
He's
I was
not
gonna
that
say
old in
Ninja
Splinter
Gaiden.
Cell, is he?
I don't. He's quite old. Sam
He's not
Fisher.
50
Sam Fisher
plus,
age.
is he?
One second. That's
Google
not hard.
it.
It's not an hard Google. Sam Fisher's
It's a
age.
soft Google.
It's a soft Google.
Because he's over 50
He
and it
was
doesn't
born
work
on the
anymore.
17th of April, 1957, in
All right.
Towson, Maryland. So he is getting on a bit.
Why have I typed soft Google into Google instead of
Could you
Sam
just want to
Fisher's
soft
age?
Google something? That brings up some weird porn.
Right, number 3 is 1-1. Grizzled killer escorts vulnerable girl through disorderly garden centre.
This sounds exactly like the last one.
I know.
A disorderly garden centre. What the absolute fuck? Joshua,
Yes.
is it The Last of Us?
It is the last one. Well done.
I was just thinking
Grizzled?
of a grown-up male and small female companion game, and that's all I could think of. What is a garden centre? Why?
Well, it's fucked, isn't it? Everything's still overgrown. So it's
Oh,
just
right,
the
okay,
garden
then
centre.
that bit makes
Can
sense.
Yes.
I ask, what do you think grizzled means?
Like rough, rugged.
Generally speaking, it's like, I don't know. I'll let you have it. Fine, whatever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Should I Google grizzled definition?
Well, yeah. If you Google it, it won't say what he says it is.
All right then.
Right. Are we waiting for him to Google or?
I don't know.
It won't take too long.
It's
Having
a
Just a
soft
soft
Google.
Google.
It's just a soft Google.
Having or streaked with grey hair.
See,
I was on the right lines.
I
Number
think you
4.
meant grizzly, not grizzled. But yeah,
Oh, well. Number 4. Low-income employee discovers staff cuts and skies off work with his dogs.
Thomas,
Yes.
Abe's Oddworld Odyssey.
It is indeed him.
Yeah.
Well done.
Hello.
Well done.
I know.
Follow me.
By staff
Okay.
cuts, does he mean like murdering of the staff?
Oh yeah, staff cuts.
Just wondering.
So skies off work with his mates. Right, next one. Animal kills dozens of
Fucking
animals in order to punish reckless scientists for harming animals.
Joshua,
Joshua.
Crash Bandicoot.
Tis indeed Crash Bandicoot.
Wow.
I'm liking this. You're both going
That's-
tit for tat.
That's out there. I did not work that one out. Animal
Really?
punishes.
He is an animal. All the bosses are
Animal
generally
kills
animals.
dozens of animals in order to punish reckless scientists for harming animals.
That's the bit I didn't get. Reckless scientists
See,
for harming animals.
You could also have Sonic in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just any game with an animal as a character. The bosses are generally animals, and it's normally a bad human that's doing it.
Oh dear. Right, it is 3-2 to Joshua, and it's number 6. Oh god. Unstoppable super soldier escorts lunatic AI to humanity's most
Joshua.
vulnerable
Oh,
hotspots.
you dick.
Joshua.
Is it Halo?
It is indeed Halo.
Specifically
Well done.
5, because that's when she's going nuts.
Spoilers!
They only have a certain
Number
age
7.
limit.
Shush!
I have faith in you on this one, Thomas. Number 7. Architect tests structural integrity via cruel death march.
What?
Architect tests structural integrity.
Oh, Thomas. Is it Red Faction?
No.
What? What is it then?
Say it again, James, because he's frozen out now.
Architect
Yeah.
tests structural integrity via cruel death march.
It's
That just
bit,
literally,
though.
that sentence sounds like I just plucked a load of words out and put them together.
It does, yeah. You just, like, done an auto type.
It will
text
eventually
message.
click in one of your heads, and when it does, you'll understand it fully.
It's
And I'm
Death March,
hoping
sure.
Thomas does actually click on with it, because don't want Joshua to into it.
I think I've clicked on.
Wow. Architect.
I need a guess from you anyway, Joshua.
I'm not. Yeah, I know you do. Sim City.
Incorrect, Thomas.
Is it Tetris 99?
It's not, no.
Oh, because you were always going with it, though.
Yeah, no, I get what
Because you've got to destroy the blocks by building the blocks, and it's a death match.
You kick yourself for this one, both of you.
Go on, Joshua, you got one more guess before he
Yeah.
tells us.
Do you want me to read it one more time?
Yeah, go on then.
Architect tests structural integrity via cruel death march.
It's that bit that's
I
killing
don't get
me.
that bit at all.
I don't get that bit.
Do you want me to just tell you? But
Yeah,
you're not
go
using
on.
it.
I can't.
Like
think of
Minecraft
it.
or something.
It's lemmings.
Oh my god.
Do you get it now?
Yeah, his description is not far off.
I like that one. That one's one of my favourites.
Whoopee!
Oh, right, number 8.
What score?
I think 1, 2,
5-2 to you, maybe?
4-2 to Joshua.
4-2.
Right, so albino warrior attempts to clear his name of kingslaying by standing next to several kings as they are slain.
Oh. Trying to think who's a Kingslayer in video games. There's not to do with Game of Thrones.
I'll read it again for you. Albino warrior attempts to clear his name of kingslaying by standing next to several kings as they're slain.
Thomas. The only thing I can really think of right now that might have any relevance is The Witcher.
It is indeed The Witcher.
Thank God for that.
The Witcher 2 to be exact.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not 3. It sounded like either the first or the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, isn't one of the DLCs called Return of a Kingslayer?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Now it all makes sense.
It's all coming together. Right, next one. Oh dear. Someone really good at parkour attempts to outrun a group of people
Thomas.
who are also really good at parkour. Thomas.
Mirror's Edge.
It is indeed Mirror's Edge. You pulled it back. It's 4-4.
I had to get in there. That was the most parkoury game I could think of.
The police aren't good at parkour in that game. Have you seen them try and climb a building? If anything, that's speedrunners. They're good at parkour.
Next one is corporate muggle organises a martial arts tourney in order to kick 7 bells of shit out of his family.
Joshua.
Out of his family?
Joshua.
It's Street Fighter.
It's
Oh,
not.
no, it's not.
Is it Street Fighter, Street Fighter, Terminator?
Oh, I know what it is now.
Say it again for me.
Corporate muggle organises a martial arts tourney in order to kick 7 bells of shit out of his family.
A martial arts tournament.
Yarp.
You know it's Mortal Kombat, Thomas.
Is that what you think it is?
No.
Why would you tell
I'm
me
trying to
that?
lead you on to a wrong answer. But there is a family in that 'cause there's cages and all that kind of shit. So that does work. Corporate muggle.
Oh god,
gets
I
me
must
though.
spat my drink everywhere. Need an answer from you, please, Thomas.
I really don't know. Dragon Ball Z?
No, it's incorrect. Joshua, I'm going to
Is
pass
it
back
Tekken?
over. It is indeed Tekken.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You had said wrong one when I said it.
You're taking the lead. I thought when Joshua said Street Fighter, Thomas, you were just instantly going to go Tekken.
So did I, which is
No,
why I
because
led it
I
into
can't remember.
Mortal
I can't
Kombat.
remember the storyline of any of those games. I button bashed my
No,
way
they-
through every single one I've ever played.
They're continuously killing each other at end at games, aren't they? Like throwing each other into volcanoes and shit like that. I can't remember what the family name
Yeah, but
is
that's
called.
all the fighting games
I know it is,
everywhere.
but it's specifically like father and son or something like that that are continuously fighting in those.
Well,
tournaments.
yeah, the corporate muggle bit didn't get me either. I was just like, Dragon Ball Z is the only one I could think of that had families in it.
Right, be ready on this one, because they're essentially going to buzz in part way through. Oh, that's me ready. A dinosaur attempts to murder 2 Italian plumbers before passing the
Joshua.
whole thing off. Thomas,
It's
just let me
Thomas.
just finish it though. A dinosaur attempts to murder 2 Italian plumbers before passing the whole thing off as a car accident.
Does it? Oh, Mario Kart.
Yeah,
It's that bit.
I love it. How that
I was
answers
like,
your own
what?
question.
Does it? Oh, yeah, Mario Kart.
Right, you're currently level.
You're not allowed to call
Is
them
he
accidents anymore. It's got to be incident.
5-5.
Is he definitely a dinosaur?
I don't know, but
It's
it's
a
poorly described, isn't it? So it could be
Technically, he's a Cooper. King of the Coopers, remember? Now, what a Cooper is another question
It's a
entirely.
little turtle man with shoes.
Yeah, it's a turtle with shoes.
Next one. Horror writer scares himself half to death.
Joshua.
Starts shooting at anything that moves.
Is it
Joshua.
Alan Wake?
It is indeed
Yes.
Alan Wake. Well done. Nice one. Right.
Or, if we were playing Countdown, weak anal.
Oh dear.
Oh, I've just ruined a really good Countdown answer for you now. Because you've never done that.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
have you never done Alan Wake as weak anal in
done,
Countdown?
I have done Alan Wake, but I can't remember what I changed it to.
Hey, it definitely wasn't weak anal, because I'd have remembered you doing weak anal. Wait.
I think Google will have done too.
Oh, that's this week's episode title, Weak Anal.
And that's how you get banned on YouTube by posting weak anal. Oh dear. Right, next one anyway. Josh is winning. 6.
You don't
5,
even know
yeah,
what
6,
score
5,
it is,
could
do
you
you?
miss
6-5. How many is there left?
6-5.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left with a tiebreaker.
Fucking hell.
I've gone to town this
I don't
week.
think
Crack
it's
on,
6-5
then.
at all.
Right.
Go on.
It is 6-5 because you missed one and we're on question 13.
Okay.
All right? Is that
Continue.
okay? Right.
Makes sense.
Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to a murderous crime spree.
What?
Thomas. GTA 5?
I
Oh,
was just going to
no.
accept GTA, so I'm going to give it you.
It's definitely GTA 4.
It is. I've already given it him.
Oh, yeah, because he's their cousins in that. Yeah, but I was thinking Trevor and his cousin or
Wade.
whatever he is.
Wade, yeah.
Because he's a similar sort of thing.
Oh no,
where
it's not. It's not his cousin. The guy whose flat they use is his cousin, isn't it?
Oh, that's
it's
it.
Wade's cousin.
Do I get away with it, though?
Yeah. I was just looking for GTA, so I'll let you
Okay.
have that. Right, so that makes it 6-all. And there are 1, 2, 3 left with a tiebreaker. A race of moronic... Oh, God, I can't even say this. A race of...
Moronic.
Yeah, a race of moronic humanoids requires round-the-clock care. You are
Joshua.
the carer. Joshua.
Oh.
Is that what you thought? I know what it is, though.
Crash Team Racing is what I was going to say.
Well, that's incorrect.
What?
So,
Yeah.
Thomas...
It's The Sims.
It's indeed. Joshua got thrown by the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The line was, a race of moronic humanoids required round-the-clock care. You are the carer. Because they're idiots.
Yes, James, we got that bit. Continue.
Free Shavakadu. Right. So that was Thomas's. And Thomas, you've taken the lead now as well. So Josh, you need to pull your shit together, bitch. Next one. A team of tooled up professionals exposes some rather lax security at the airport. Joshua.
Payday 2.
No!
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
You done them fucked up.
Oh.
It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
It is indeed. Well done.
Damn it.
Thomas has officially won because of
skippable
Joshua's
mission.
fuck up there. Yep.
How bad? Does that give me the win?
That gives you the win. But I'm going to do the others just for the crack. So, 16 was bloodthirsty teens force local wildlife into servitude, conducting animal fight.
You've not written these. There's no way you've ever written the word servitude in your life.
A Google word, you know.
Agreed.
Soft Google or a hard Google?
hard Google to get the best word.
Google. Hard, intense, 15-minute long.
How are we
Google.
defining the difference between a soft Google and a hard Google?
A hard
Is a hard
Google's-
Google one where you go through multiple sources?
No,
Yeah.
no. A soft Google's where you're like, I'll just Google it. A hardcore Google's like, oh my god, I need to know this thing. I need to fucking know it now. It's doing amazing.
The difference is the context of the Google.
It's the amount of effort you put into the Google, how many sources you check.
Like a soft Google would be, you Google it and it's probably been answered by Google suggestions in the top.
Like Grizzles.
Before you've even finished Googling it.
Like Grizzles.
But if it's a hard Google, you like hard Googling, you've got to get the Wikipedia page, you've got to get the custom wiki page, you've got to go through
it's like you're doing coursework
some other bullshit website.
And you just copy and paste.
Yeah, it's like you're doing coursework at college. That's a hard Google. That's a hard Google. Okay, so we've decided that now. Let's continue with the game. What was it, James?
I'll reread the thing. So, bloodthirsty teens force local wildlife into servitude, conducting animal fight club.
Thomas. Pokemon?
It is indeed Pokemon. Well done.
The bloodthirsty teens or whatever it was throwing me because I was thinking of vampires. And then it was the whole getting animals to fight each other that made me realise it was Pokemon.
Right, and then I've got a tiebreaker. But you're both going to get this straight away. I don't even know why I put this in. I love 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda. Yep. What the fuck?
Literally just wanted to do with his do his impression.
Yep.
Fucking dickhead. So does that mean I win? Do you say I win?
Yeah, you won, and you got the extra tiebreaker point as well.
What a surprise.
Yeah,
I'm not at all surprised by that for whatever reason. Although I was worried for a little bit.
Joshua started pulling away with it quite a bit, and then you managed to pull
did a little bit.
It was since his fucking, what was it? The airport one where he completely fucked up.
Yeah. If you'd not done that, it'd been closer. Right, I'm going to play my music and then we can move on. So another win for me puts me on 5 now. Joshua stays on 2, Jeff stays on 1.
Yeah.
Joshua's game next week?
It is,
yeah.
Ooh.
Let's see what creation my mind can give birth to between now and then. I need someone to have sex with my head again.
Something that will melt mine, I imagine.
Most likely, yeah.
That's generally what happens when you come up with a game.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to play some Final Fantasy 9. This music's made me want to play it. When we're done here, I'm going to go play some.
7 as well on the Switch. I forgot to mention it earlier, and it's so good. On payday, I'm getting 9 for Switch, though, because I'm not sure when it comes out.
No, Joshua, it was Modern Warfare 2, not payday.
Shut up, James. Am I to do this bit?
Joshua, you could do this bit because I talk far too much of this podcast and James did a game.
Right. So this week we've basically sort of stated a fact and then asked, the next gen is around the corner, but what do you, the gamers, want from the next generation? Streaming and portability are hot topics right now, but are they what we all really want? Thomas, what do you want? Because I know that you've been out and about as well, needing streaming for your games and not been getting it.
That bit, to be fair, that bit doesn't bother me.
Don't it?
Because I'm happier sat at a... This is the thing, this is why my PlayStation generally doesn't get used that much, is I'm happier sat at my desk with my PC and my Xbox. Yeah. And I've been tempted to move my PlayStation up here for that exact reason, so I play it more. So that bit of it doesn't bother me too much. My Switch would become my casual, it sits in the living room or comes with me console. And that portability is pretty cool, but I don't think you want a whole generation surrounded by it because it'd just be daft.
It needs to be an extra.
Let something like Nintendo deal with that gimmick because it is maybe gimmick's a harsh word, but let them deal with that and everybody else.
They are the only real portable gaming company now, aren't they? Because we don't get anything else at all that makes anything to rival them, other than what Google.
Do you know the biggest thing for me? The biggest thing for me, I think, would genuinely be cross-platform progression. Now we're getting to a point where cross-platform play is becoming more and more commonplace. Cross-platform progression, because there are times where my very specific example here is Elder Scrolls Online. There are times where I want to just sit and chill and play with my controller on my Xbox. There are other times where, like, for example, if I was doing sort of trials, which are like raids or whatever else you want to call them from any other game, like the hard content that involves a large group of people, doing those, I'd be much more comfortable sat at my PC with a keyboard and a mouse because I concentrate better and I can be more precise in what I'm doing. When I'm just generally running around questing, I'd rather chill on my console. But the argument would be you could play Elder Scrolls with a controller on the PC, but my counter argument is I've put all my effort in on the consoles. I've got no progress on the PC. So if I could carry that progress to the PC, I would definitely appreciate that more. Same with stuff like Rocket League and shit like that. Like I've got the game on both platforms, so why can't I just log in and carry it across?
Give you a Rocket ID, which specifies you in Rocket League, but then you can't sign in using a Rocket ID on your PC. That doesn't make sense to me, because the system is there where you've got a username to specify you and your content.
I think the problem we've got with that at the minute is that this generation was built around different platforms.
Yeah, true.
Fingers crossed, the next generation will be more capable of what I'm saying I want, because they will be in a position where they know that cross-play is becoming a much hotter topic and people are getting more and more willing to allow it and stuff like that, and it's becoming a more significant part of gaming. So fingers crossed they will start building their games, their servers and their services to work around a cross-platform environment where that progress does carry across. And I'm not saying that I want to just buy the game on Xbox and it suddenly works on everything, because there's an element of, I understand why if I want to play it on both Xbox and PlayStation, I'd have to buy a copy on each. I understand that. I'm not necessarily arguing about that side of it, but it would be nice to have a centralized account where when I hit save on Xbox and then go to my PlayStation, the consistency is there. So that all the hard work I put in on Xbox, I can utilize when I go play a game with my one PlayStation friend who doesn't have an Xbox and plays that game, rather than having to be starting from zero. So there we go. That's my rant.
James, any input?
James is just going to go better FIFA.
No, I just want a game that fucking works. A new game in a new generation that actually you can play it. You can install it to your Xbox. You don't fucking break your Xbox. You can sit and play it with friends and not have to restart the game to try and connect to a friend to get into the same lobby. Not have to deal with it crashing. Not have to deal with bugs. Actually, I don't want bugs. I'd rather a couple of bugs than a fucking full-on system crash. And not trying to fucking force feed your fucking DLC.
Your beef isn't with new consoles; it's with developers of games.
Yeah.
Then.
All the fucking
so what we're saying here is
and they can't even make a game that fucking works.
So what we're saying here in its most basic form, for me, it's cross-platform progress, and for you, it's finish a game before you release it.
Please fucking Christ.
Basically.
Unless you are going early access and it is going to be discounted because of that.
That's a different thing.
I mean, that's expected.
I'd deal with that.
It's a different...
But if you're releasing a game, this is why I'm not that bothered anymore when someone's like, oh, we're going to release it in July, but we're actually a bit behind, so we're going to release it 4 years from now because we're a bit delayed. Like, I don't care now because it's still going to be released and it's still not going to fucking work. But yeah, it just pisses me off. Release a game that works. And full credit to FIFA, though, because they actually release a game and it works. It does.
Does it? Really?
Not initially in game. There's
You
so
know
many
why,
fuck-ups
though,
within the
don't you?
game, but it works.
You know why? They just copy and paste
Does
most of
it?
it
Exactly.
from last year
Exactly.
and change some faces. That's all they do.
Yeah. So why can't other games just do that? No, I'm kidding.
Next time you complain about that intelligent defending,
I
I'll
barely
just,
even
works
play it
every
anymore.
year.
I literally played a game of Blow Crubs whilst we were recording, and I got bored partway through and just left.
I'm sure he just
Wow,
said Plur
the
Crooks.
podcast held your attention better
Yeah.
than FIFA. Fucking hell.
It
You
was
all
around the
right?
time when Joshua said something about getting fun and loose.
Loose and happy.
Yeah, loose and happy.
Can we move on
Loose
now?
and happy.
Thanks.
Weak anal. There you go.
The weak anal got me weak.
So people have actually sent us messages in about this as well. Neil Tiffany's up first. Portability. The Switch is amazing. Play anywhere, anyhow. I game more now. I have it.
You got a weak anal,
more
Neil.
Switch.
Weak
Wow.
anal.
What? That doesn't even make
What is
sense.
a weak
No, it
anal?
doesn't really, does it?
It's slack.
Stop saying it.
It's not.
Oh, come punch you in the face.
Punch him in his anal. He seems to like
Make it
it.
a bruised anal.
Dummy 2008 Paul Carter of the Paul Posse, which is also
Hi, Paul.
just something else you
One
two
of
should
the
have said.
numbers.
Yeah, hi, Paul.
Decent games, companies investing in themselves to make games that aren't just remakes of the next popular
Paul.
thing that streamers want to play. Somewhere along James's lines, I suppose.
It's similar to
More-
James, but it's not what James said,
More
so I don't know why
USP
he's that excited.
games would be nice.
Considering James is obsessed with things like Chris Redfield and getting a remake of any game that he's in.
No, I do have a weak anal.
But
Say that again. I'll cut you off for the rest of the episode.
We're nearly done anyway, so I'll just say bye now, just in case I say it again.
I'm same. I want more games that are completely different from each other than I'm all just being same.
Yeah, but that's the thing nowadays,
Yeah.
though. That is like
I don't-
actually the thing. Someone
Do
makes a
either
battle
of you
royale
two
game.
Even
There's that. Have you not seen that battle royale that's called Not My Car?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
car-based one on PC.
Like, what the fuck? No,
Mate,
I know,
it's very
but really, how many battle royale games have we actually got? It's a.
Do you know what? Do you know what was that? Do you know what was that game before
Crossout.
that game?
Yeah.
Correct. Why has Crossout never had a full-on battle royale mode?
It
They'd
pretty
have
much
fucking
is,
killed
though.
it.
It's
That
just
would
not
be
got as
pretty
many
cool.
things in, has it? Well, I know.
It's a
but
deathmatch game, though, isn't it? So-
they had the concept first, and that's cooler because you can actually like put swords and shit on your car. And who the fuck don't want to do that? Put a cannon
It is
on your
pretty cool.
fucking bonnet.
We should play more of it sometime.
Dan Smith. I want to see like a motorized fleshlight. We have VR porn, so why not make fully immersive? Fuck it, fuck it. Ready Player One, make that real, and I'll spend my money on. I don't understand this.
Right.
sentence. I can't
I
make
wanna
it
see-
work in my head.
I want to see like a motorized flashlight. We have VR porn,
Yeah.
so why not make it fully immersive? Fuck it. Ready Player One, make that real, and I'll spend money on a full setup.
Yeah, I would as well for both things. Why not? Both points, Dan. Good points.
Why is it always Dan's right? Just
I'm
back
just-
up a sec. Every single comment Dan sends in, Joshua cannot understand for the life of him. Bar the
I don't know.
Joshua struggles to
Bar
understand any
playing with a
comments. to
weasel
be
and
fair.
Let's
Squirtle.
see where I get with the next one, because the next one's a chunky paragraph, so I'm gonna get lost.
Chunky
halfway
but
through.
funky.
I'll need pulling out. Axel Lacage of the Paul Posse.
Hi, Paul. Whatever number you are.
Hi, Paul.
I like to see a leap in portability. Maybe technology can get to where you can have a Switch-like device with built-in projector, 4K or the latest, into a wall or surface. You can get once an inch away from a wall. You can get once... That doesn't make sense at all, does it? You can get once an inch away from a wall, and they're great.
They're great.
So... projector-based portable console. So
Yeah.
you can pop it down, and then you don't
kinda
need to
work.
plug it into a PC. It just shines.
Yeah, you don't need to plug it into a
TV,
TV
yeah.
screen because it's got a portable projector in it. That's not a bad
That is
idea.
not a bad
to be
idea.
fair.
If you had one of them on back of a Switch, it'd make you weird little public gaming displays when you're out playing with your friends a bit weirder. Just taking up a wall.
Just project it on the side of a building.
Yeah, just go out at night time and
Everybody,
project
watch me play Mario Kart,
Could you
bitches.
probably picture someone in like
Kinda
a
like
club
a-
that's brought the Switch with them? just sat down, all the mates are dancing. He just sat there playing a Switch against a wall.
What's wrong with you?
Mate,
I don't
if
really
you're
do
taking
clubs, so I brought my Switch.
if you're taking a Switch to a club, you've got bigger problems than finding a wall to project it against.
No, that's a cool idea. Though.
No, it's one of them spontaneous
yeah.
nights out where you're
I do
like,
like the idea.
you're just out in day and you're like, oh, should we go out? Like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And you end up just going everywhere.
But why would you take your
No,
Switch?
because you're already out like with your Switch or whatever.
This is a very niche scenario. You're already out with your Switch, hanging out. And you're like, let's go party. And instead of going, okay, let me go home and put my Switch away, it's, yeah, let's go to the club and project Mario Kart.
Yeah, no,
on
you
the
go
wall.
for a few drinks, don't you? And then one thing leads to another. Then you end up in a club till like 6 a.m. And then
Playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, because you're fucking smashing it. And they're telling you,
Or you just leave your Mario Kart in your pocket.
what?
Or you just leave it in your pocket. Like a
What if
normal
you're
person. Then you've got
You
bigger
do.
issues, haven't
You
you?
really do.
You're not gonna, if you're addicted to it, you're not going to go to the club. You're going to go home and play more Switch.
Or do both.
Finally, we've got David Faria.
Repeat that, Joshua.
Was it? Excuse
David
me.
Faria.
Repeat that.
I just did. David Faria.
Where's his nickname?
Bitch
I
tits.
forgot his nickname.
David Underground.
Oh my
God. For real.
There we go. Yeah, David Faria. That one.
Oh my
Still doing it wrong.
You know, that's to read his
Keep doing it
comments,
wrong.
you say his name
Decision
properly.
Crossplay, cross-platform
Thomas Telmark, you're in
purchases, and
charge.
less microtransactions.
I just want this to be over. Start again, Joshua.
David Underground Moo Faria. Are you happy now?
Yeah.
Crossplay,
Yeah.
cross-platform purchases, and less microtransactions, and crossplay progression. Just adding that on there for you, David. Yeah.
I guess that, yeah. See, the cross-platform purchase, I see the point. Like I said earlier, I'm more concerned about the progression than the purchase.
Yeah.
That is a good thing to start putting in place, though.
What, the purchases?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I understand why you'd buy a game on more than one platform, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you bought it on an Xbox, you have it on everything.
Yeah, but that's going to
Yeah, but
rocket
then
the prices of them
where's-
for everyone, even if you only want it on Xbox.
No, that's gonna also increase the price of your base
Yeah.
console. Because
True.
part of the way that game companies, like as in the consoles and stuff, make money these days is through the
Percentage.
cuts on the digital percentages. So if you buy that on, I can understand the logic of if you buy something on Xbox, Sony don't want you to have access to it, and vice versa. Because if you've bought that somewhere else, then
You're funding their competition.
You're not feeding
It's-
their money.
yeah, exactly, and it makes sense the reason that you wouldn't have the cross-platform purchase. So I can understand the logic in it. I guess the difference would be is if you bought a DVD or a Blu-ray or whatever, it works in any Blu-ray player.
Fucking too right.
Like you don't
Not
have
like
to have
the
a
existing,
Sony or a whatever Blu-ray player. It works in any of them. So the argument would be that the games are released and published as a uniform thing, and you can put it in whatever console you want because they all read a disc, like all DVD players read a DVD.
Yeah.
But the fallback on that is how would digital games then work? Because you'd have to buy them from like a a single entity. You'd have to buy them like maybe direct from the dev or something. I don't know.
That's what they should start doing. Developers should just start selling their own game. Fuck the middle.
Still gonna put
Yeah, buy direct from
games.
Don't say things like that because you're just encouraging like a million different Epic Game stores now by saying that. That's basically the premise of Epic Games.
Games are supposed to be fun. Why is it all so complicated?
It's not. You can still turn one on and just have fun and get all loose and happy.
That's what she said.
I had a feeling you both like that.
That's what she said as well.
Same with that one.
In Josh's case, that's what he said.
Hey.
I'm not the one obsessed with Chris Redfield.
All weekend.
Yeah.
I admit it, bitches.
On that note, let's go.
I'm going to do it because we've not done it all episode. Bean.
Wow.
I've been trying to find a spot to fit it in, but it hasn't, so I've just put it in now.
That's what she said. Right. If you've enjoyed the show and you'd like to interact with us more, then go to thatkingthing.com. You can find us on Twitter at that_king_thing. You can find us on Facebook by searching for That King Thing. When you are on thatkingthing.com, there's also links to YouTube, which we're probably banned from by now, Patreon, and other things that you can do to support us and follow us. Oh, and links to the Discord server as well. Yeah, there's currently a survey of sorts, a poll on both Twitter and Facebook, which is just asking if you like when we talk random shit, which it appears that you generally do, but still want us to keep the gaming as the main theme. So we'll see how that pans out for the next few days, and we will do anything that fits whatever the results of that are.
We will do what you want us to do.
But yeah, thanks to anyone who's already voted on that or left a comment on it or replied to it and stuff like that, because I am reading them. As you'll probably notice when you get like a little like off the show. So that is that. And that is that for this week, I guess, as well. So thank you very much for joining us for 155, and we hope you are all back fresh and ready for 156. Goodbye, everyone.
Happy and loose. Loose and happy.
Bye. Gonna go eat my quavers and flick my bean.
Bean.
Just in case you want to get me eating Chris at the end, you know.
This podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out more.